Welcome to my channel again. Yesterday we were discussing about intrusive thoughts and what increases anxiety and which strategies you can apply in order to help yourself to decrease intrusive thoughts and to stay calmer during times when you will have panic attacks or anxiety, and how you can decrease their intensity and continue to do what matters for you even in the presence of anxiety. So, what we have discussed so far is that our ability to notice the thought and accept it as a thought considerably decreases its impact, and it's a kind of freeing strategy that can help to move and to act even in the presence of anxiety. And another factor that was increasing anxiety is that accepting all the thoughts that we have as a truth and that it's gonna happen 100%, that makes you even more anxious. And whenever you are able to notice thoughts as a thought and to accept it and just let it be there, its influence over you decreases, and you will be able to act more freely. So whenever you will notice these intrusive thoughts, repeating thoughts that are causing anxiety, the first step to take is to notice it and to say that my mind is producing what if thought right now. And here are some steps you can take in order to calm down and to feel more in control and grounded during those moments when you notice these intrusive thoughts. First of all, breathing exercises, for instance, 90-second rule. Regulate your body first, and before your mind rushes to solve the problem or starts to generate secondary reactions, secondary thoughts, you can try to inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, and repeat it for 8-10 rounds. And another strategy that can be used during those times is naming objects around you. Try to notice what's happening around you. What are some colors, shapes, textures, sounds? Is there any smell of anything? Who is there with you? You can ask yourself, what's the date today? And this would help you slowly to ground yourself into the present moment. And oftentimes you would notice that feelings you are having at that moment or thoughts you are having, they are either related to the future or to the negative experiences you had in the past. And whenever you are able to ground yourself in the present moment, you would notice that there is no threat that it used to be in the past, and maybe your mind is just trying to remind you of what happened in the past, and it will be easier for you to calm down, to notice that there is no threat, to feel safe. So all of these strategies would help you to stabilize your nervous system. Nobody will guarantee you that you will be completely get rid of all of thoughts, because nobody can stop the thought or delete all the thought. Once you have encountered with certain situation, your mind automatically tries to analyze it, tries to solve it, and anyone have automatic thoughts, including me. None of psychiatrists or psychotherapists can delete the automatic thoughts. However, we can learn how to react to them and to learn to respond differently so that they will not influence us considerably and they don't dictate our behavior. So each time when you will notice intrusive thoughts, repeating thoughts, you can first of all take deep breaths, notice it, and say that I won't solve it right now. I will live with it. And you have the choice to respond to the thoughts differently. And each time when you are opening space for the feelings and for the thoughts and not pushing them away or trying to get rid of them, you are slowly teaching your brain that it's safe, and it's slowly adapting to react differently to these thoughts and feelings. And by time, it will be easier for you to stay grounded, to stay in the present moment, and to do what's important for you, even in the existence of anxiety. Whereas if you are going to avoid all the time or push away these feelings and thoughts, you are teaching your brain that there is a danger, and it automatically interprets it as if you are running away, if you are avoiding, then there should be something. And that's why avoidance causes even more anxiety, more panic. So when rumination starts, the solution is not in thinking more, it's in behavior. And the same approach is for checking repeated questions, constant messages. For instance, notice what you are doing when you have anxiety. Are you constantly calling your kids? Are you constantly checking whether you locked the door? Are you constantly trying to solve something in order to avoid and try to control things? So, noticing patterns that are not serving you anymore or causing you harm and learning to respond differently is possible. And each time when you are resisting on the urge to act and choosing another action, you are slowly teaching your brain that change is possible, that there are other ways you can respond. And each time you do it, you would slowly gain control and would feel as capable. You will gain self confidence, and positive emotions would be there. So each time when we are making efforts towards change that we want to achieve, even small steps count, and they can bring even more momentum action. So safety comes from resilience, not from constant confirmation. And one of the magic things in order to cope with anxiety is to open space for your thoughts. Instead of pushing the thought away, you learn to allow it without rituals, escape, or reassurance. Maybe it will happen, whatever your brain is trying to warn you at that moment. Maybe it won't, but you are there. You are going to live your life no matter what the outcome would be. And here is your power. Whenever you choose to act in line with what matters for you, in line with your values, you are slowly teaching yourself that you are capable of changing, you are capable of doing things. And in that moment, you decide what are some things that you would like to do, and you are trying to do no matter what are the circumstances. And even if the uncertainty is there, even if you don't know the outcome. So thinking about these questions and deciding what's important for you might help you to motivate to bear these uncomfortable feelings of anxiety, panic, or intrusive thoughts, because you will notice that each time when you are acting on the urge to escape, to avoid, or to overcheck, or to do things that your anxiety is telling you, you are slowly losing control. But when you decide how you are going to live your life, no matter which intrusive thoughts or feelings you have, you are gaining control over your actions, and you are becoming stronger. So when the thought appears, when these repeating thoughts appear, allow this thought to be there for 30 seconds. There is no escape, no reassurance, and watch the wave as it's rising and falling. And your brain slowly will learn that a thought can show up and I don't collapse. I have the power to act in line with my values and in line with what's important for you at that moment. Anxiety shrinks life with the promise of safety. We do the opposite. We choose values first, then behavior. For instance, imagine if somebody is afraid of going outside. This will considerably shrink their behavior and behavioral repertoire. And each time when they would avoid going to the streets, going outside, they will find themselves in the house, inside of the house, and it will make it more difficult for them to work, to function, to study, to maintain their relationships, connections, and slowly anxiety will be taking control of their lives. But whenever you decide to act despite these uncomfortable feelings, you will slowly gain control and teach your brain that there is nothing to feel scared, and thoughts that your mind generates is just to warn you, and just our brains are trying to protect us from possible tragedies, but the thoughts we have don't have to be 100% truth. And noticing them and accepting them, opening space for them just as a thought slowly would help you to step out of your comfort zone and to start doing things that matter for you. For instance, if you were sleeping or overeating or scrolling when you had anxiety, in order to decrease it and to feel safe, ask yourself what you would like to do instead. Or if you were not overthinking the intrusive thoughts or feelings, how you would like to respond instead, or what's important for you at that moment. For instance, you can try, if you value your health and your health is important for you, you can try to take a walk instead. So instead of overthinking, feeling sad, crying, overeating, or oversleeping, try to do something different. Once you notice these thoughts and feelings, going for a walk for 10 minutes might help you to feel much better, and not to avoid this feeling or not to continue the old pattern that you had. Or you can choose to play with your child for 20 minutes or spend time, or to do anything that's meaningful, important for you, reading a book. Even at the first time, if it feel uncomfortable and difficult, you would notice that by time your mind would start to accept it as a habit, and resistance will decrease and anxiety will also decrease. So even if we cannot eliminate automatic thoughts and feelings, we can learn how to respond to them differently. And the core of lasting change, not to try to live when anxiety is gone or to wait for the uncomfortable feelings to disappear, but it's to learn to live even when anxiety is present. And what are some mistakes that people make while coping, trying to cope with intrusive thoughts and anxiety is that trying to delete, eliminate thoughts. And it's not helpful anytime when you are trying to avoid or suppress your feelings, they come back with a stronger power. So what you can do instead is to try to change your relationship with the thoughts, or constantly analyzing anxiety or intrusive thoughts also helps to increase the intensity of anxiety and intrusive thoughts. Therefore, what you can do instead is slowly observe your thoughts and feelings as they are coming, rising, and falling. And after that, choose one behavior, like direct your attention in different direction, and try doing something that's important for you at that point, whether it's speaking to someone, taking a walk, reading a book, spending time with your children or your parents or your family. And this formula would help you to calm down and to gain control in the long term. So if you are using reassurance, slowly resisting to behaviors that you used to do and gradually reducing this behavior also would help you to feel this sense of control. And if you are continuing avoidance, slowly exposing yourself to scared situations or situations that make you anxious would also help to decrease anxiety and help you to cope with anxiety and to act despite anxiety. And as we have already discussed, exposure is generally started with things that you feel scared the least, and slowly going to the top and slowly exposing yourself to the fears that you feel the most. And it's recommended to do it with the help of specialists accompanied with psychotherapist or psychiatrist, or you can always ask help from your family doctor. And one of thoughts that holds people back whenever they are trying to cope with anxiety is that if anxiety doesn't fully go away, I can't function. However, this is not true. As long as you follow this thought, this would create even more avoidance, even more anxiety. So if you are having this thought, noticing it and accepting it just a thought and not a reality, can help to develop other relationships, to create other meaning from the thoughts that you have, and you can learn to slowly act even in the existence of anxiety. And you will slowly teach your brain that you can function anyway, whether there is anxiety or not. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions and if you need more support, you are always welcome to text me or to set an appointment using Psychology Today page. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. You can also text in the comments which topics, which questions you would be interested in. And I will be continuing with sharing this kind of useful content for you.